host of Tarsonis, Persistent World Metagame. Finally, after 3 weeks of trying to get that thing out there, I managed to pronounce the name of the event right. We're just going to hop into our first match here between SakuraRain and SakuraRain on GSL Belshire Beach. Looks like it's going to be Terran versus Zerg. We're just going to get started here. Alright, I'm getting ready to go.
Okay.
Well, actually, I'm starting the first game now.
Right.
Hooray!
I heard it go. Have fun.
Ha ha ha. Where's Lonely Zealot when you need him?
No idea.
Alright. So in the top left-hand corner we have SakuraRain in... I'm sorry, that's SakuraRain. I'm not really paying attention. We have SakuraRain in the top left-hand corner in the green trunks. In the bottom right-hand corner we have SakuraRain. Playing on Belshire Beach, a two-player map, so everybody knows where everybody is. SakuraRain is going to be sending out his Overlord for a good little bit of scouting. And then we're going to see SakuraRain doing his thing. Always a good idea if you're Terran to wall off against the Zerg monstrosity. So we're going to see both players. Snipe is trolling me, asking me if this is the right version. Yes, Sniper, it's the right version. There's about 3 of them on there. Anyway. So our Terran friend is going to build his bunker out front, next to the Scantipede. And we're going to see Sniper sending out some more Overlords. And he's going to do a little drone scouting of his own. We can see 2 SCVs coming out for Sakura. That's interesting. You might maybe see a little bit of bunker play going on. Ooh, it looks like he's going to proxy double racks. That is definitely unexpected. Is going to be scouted immediately, though, by Sniper, so that's going to be... I don't know how effective that's going to be, because that drone is going to be able to kill that SCV off with no problem, unless he gets the second SCV in there. That's going to be interesting. That drone has got to work on that SCV. It might kill him. He's got 5 hit points left. 1 more. Oh, and 2 more drones come in, so that's 1 SCV down. Let's see if we can get the other SCV. That was good play, but unfortunately he got scouted a little bit too quickly. So Sniper is wisely going to call off his drone, send them back to mining. Unfortunately, these barracks are still there. Sakura hasn't decided to cancel them yet. He might just be leaving them there, but that's 300 resources. You do not want to be tied up this early in the game. Sniper taking the time to throw down a hatchery and his spawning pool. And take a gas. In terms of gas count, our Terran player isn't taking any gas. He's almost completed his wall off, but he still has 2 barracks over here in the corner. So we're going to see what he's going to do with that. It's going to take that drone pretty much, well... It's going to take him a while, but eventually that building will burst into flames. So hopefully Sakura, yeah, he cancels it. Gets a little bit less back, but not a big deal. So we can see the drone transfer by Sniper. He's on 2 base, well ahead of our Terran opponent. In terms of food right now, it's, well, he's not too far ahead. It's 20 to 18. But I really think trying to build those 2 racks out there definitely cost him. He's got 1 racks up, but not a whole lot in production. He's building a command center. So we're not really seeing the tech path. It looks like he's going to 3 racks it, so we might see either a 3 racks or a mega racks. In terms of technology for Sniper, he's got a spawning pool out. He's got a queen out. That's about it. He's got an overlord back there. He's got an overlord on this side. He's got a circling here, just sort of keeping an eye on things. And another little Zergling scouting. 2 Marines, of course, can easily handle that 1 Zergling. Of course, where there's 1 Zergling, there's usually multiple Zerglings. So now we have the 2 racks almost finished. We can see that he's building a factory. So he might be teching up, or he might just skip it and go to Starport. We'll see what he does with that. And we've got Metabolic Boost, Ling Speed, and a bunch more Lings. So right now Snipe is just macroing up. He's a little bit supply blocked at the moment, though. That's going to hold him back. He might... I was going to see if he was going to do the extractor trick, but not so much. Right now he's building a Baneling nest, which is always a good strategy. A little bit of a Baneling bust. Ooh. Loses an Overlord, gets massively supply blocked. Yeah, it looks like he's just going to skip straight into that starport, so he's building the tech lab in advance, which is always a good strategy, and now pumping out Marines. So he's got 3 racks, all building Marines, which will be nice, and then I'll have the starport, so he could be going Marine Marauder Medevac, although he hasn't put anything on his racks yet. Baneling Nest is almost done. You can check the units tab here. He's got just 1 Zergling there, so he's going to Baneling bust. He's going to need a bunch of Zerglings. Right now there are 10 Marines. Ooh, looks like a Roach Warren coming down. So we're going to see that. Still 1 Zergling out here keeping an eye on things. So now both racks a little bit empty at the moment because he is supply blocked. He's almost got 1 done. Now he's going for cloaking, so we could see... Yep, looks like he's going to go for Cloaked Banshee, which will be nice. And now we can see our Zerg player is throwing down 22 Zerglings. Wow, 26 Zerglings. That's about to take him from 10 Zerglings to 30 Zerglings. He's taken his 3rd. And as soon as those turn into Banelings, it's going to be a little bit of a problem for our Terran player. Oh, that's not good. Alright, so now we're going to see a bunch of Lings run across the map and probably do a little bit of a Baneling burst. Our Terran player's Marine forces are out on the wrong side of the map, but he does have enough Marines around the back here to do a little damage. And pointing out that it is the wrong version of the map, because somebody labeled the GSL version of the map. That wasn't the GSL version of the map. Either way, these are Baneling busts. They're going to work their way through. Ooh, that's going to be costly. And Sakura loses all of his Marines, and he's about to lose a tremendous amount of SCV. That Baneling bust was super effective. He used... Sniper was very focused. He didn't try to hit everything. He just hit the 1 supply depot and then took it out. And that siege tank manages to survive with just 1 hit. Let's see how many units we got. Workers killed. He killed 6 workers. Right now they're about even on units killed. But that was deadly. Looks like we're going to see the other version of that coming in again. More Lings. So it looks like with a little bit of a opening there in the wall, there's going to be a Ling run by, and that tank just is not going to be able to take out all of those little Zerglings. So there are Zerglings loose in SakuraRain's base, and that's going to be very difficult for him to come back from. He's got almost no units left. He's got a tank though. So, and he finally gets out that Banshee, so he will be able to hold it off so far, but I don't think he's going to be able to come back from this. Going to desperately try to repair that barracks before it dies. But we can see yet another round of Lings coming across the base, and that should be the death knell for our dear friend SakuraRain. Wonder if he's going to morph those into Banelings or not. Yep. Nope. Maybe. He's waiting on centrifugal hooks. We do have the wall being rebuilt, though, so that's going to slow him down just a little bit. But that's still not going to be enough to hold off on the Zerg. No siege... Oh, he does have siege mode. He should really siege that tank. Yep, there he goes. But all he needs to do is morph those into Banelings, and he'll get the run by 1 more time. Looks like he had to restart the cloak on that. I thought he finished the cloak. Apparently not. So right now it's 43 to 36 units. Our Zerg player is on 3 base. He was dealing with a little bit of Banshee harassment in the back there. I didn't actually see that. But we'll see how exactly effective it's going to be. That queen over there, he's got to watch out for that, because without cloaking, that queen's just going to be able to take him out, no problem. Now we can see that the expansion's coming out, which is interesting, seeing as that he's got a bunch of Zerglings parked on his front base, and a bunch of Zerglings over here. So there are lots of Zerglings on the map. You can see a Spire coming out, Stim, Concussive Shell, so we're going to see Sakura switch into sort of a Marine Marauder tech. He really needs to expand, though. Right now the Zerg player's on 3 bases. He's been on 1 base the entire time, and that's definitely holding back his economy. You can see that there are more Banelings popping over here in the corner. That's going to be tough. So you can check the units tab. Right now it's only 32 Harvesters for SakuraRain versus the 22 SCVs for our Terran player. So usually a Zerg on 3 bases has a lot more than that, but he doesn't seem to be too concerned. Let's see what these Banelings do. Yep, they're able to melt just about everything, but Sakura's able to handle it pretty well. He did lose a few units, unfortunately, and he doesn't have any medevacs, so he's not going to be able to heal things up again. So we're going to see where he goes with that. You can see Evo Chambers coming fast. We got a Spire coming up. Got a 4th Evolution Chamber. He's going to really push those upgrades with 3 full Evolution Chambers. That 4 Evolution Chambers, that guy has just got Evolution Chambers for days. Now one thing you notice, he hasn't spread his creep that much to connect all 3 of his bases or try to, push out down the map. So that would definitely be something that's holding him back. And he hasn't really, with that initial Zerg push, he was able to do severe amount of damage to Sakura, but he hasn't done anything since then, which is allowing Sakura to rebuild again. Right now they're actually both equal on food, bunkers going down, so that could have been his mistake. He broke down the supply depot, was able to kill a tremendous amount of units, but still not able to quite finish him off. So now you can see 9 Mutalisks coming out, which is just going to be wonderful. Upgrades galore, flyer attacks, ground carapace 1s. You can see some missile turrets coming up, but both players just kind of sit back building up, but our Terran player is still on a 1 base disadvantage. I'm surprised our Zerg player hasn't taken his 4th. There's not really anything going on there that would prevent him. He'd take the gold if he wanted to also. Not deciding not to, just sort of building up. He's got Mutalisks all flying around. So we're going to see what he does with that. Yep, there he goes. He's taking his 4th. He's got a nice little gaggle of Mutalisks going on. Ooh, battle cruisers. I don't think Sakura's plan of getting massive tech is going to help. I mean, if you want to build a significant amount of battle cruisers, you need 3 or 4 bases and you need 3 or 4 starports, because those things take forever. So we're going to follow these Mutalisks for a minute and see what they're going to do. They're going to run into a little resistance, but nothing too crazy. Yep, and they're just going to come into the middle line, take out the turret, and just start wrecking everything. Those 2 battlecruisers cannot come fast enough. The Mutalisks come in, clear 1 mineral line, run into a little bit of Marines, pull back, but it looks like they're just going to attack his factory, run into another turret, and then hopefully back out. So that was quite the successful rush. A lot more workers were killed. 2 battlecruisers are going to be coming out, so we're just going to watch the Mutalisks there. Sniper still with a little bit of a food advantage. Sakura really needs to take this sort of lull in the activity and, take another gold, because there's just a whole lot more Mutalisks coming. You're going to see they're going to come in from the other side and devastate his other mineral line. Right now he's got 29 Harvesters versus Sniper's 64. Looks just like they're going to hang out there. And now we're going to see a little bit of a push-out. We've got a nice unit composition. Banshees, battle cruisers, just all sorts of everything. But unfortunately, as they move out, the Banshees are going to come in and just wreck things. So Sakura's got to make something massive happen here, or else he's going to be in really big trouble. So it looks like they're going to come out and they're going to take on this third base here, but I think with all those mutas gutting his home base, it's going to be very, very difficult for him to come back. Right now it's 80 harvesters, 20 harvesters, and those mutas are just doing a tremendous amount of damage to the base, running through unopposed. We can see that our Terran player is able to wreck 1 of 4 Zerg bases, but I don't think it's going to be enough. You can't really base race in this situation. I mean, it's going to take a while for those mutas to kill everything, but not long enough. And now the mutas are coming back. Not sure where they're going, but our Terran friend is going to slowly push into the Zerg main base. It's an interesting approach, but all those little Zerglings need to do is morph into Banelings, and they will literally melt everything. Now we can see the major engagement. We get mutas, tanks, everything. Tanks are just getting wiped out. It looks like they're focus fired. And this is going to put the final nail in the coffin for the Terran player. And he calls it GG. Alright, so that was match 1.